and it's not a terribly warm day, and that north wind is still blowing. But I need to do a little bit of investigation here in the apiary. Yesterday I had a very nice visit from Derek from the KRTP. That's a program by our Manitoba Beekeepers Association, and it stands for Knowledge and Research Transfer Program, KRTP. It's a program put on by our provincial association. Makes workshops available to beekeepers. It also makes diagnostic services available to beekeepers and different programs and services. And one of the things that they do is you can buy a very modest subscription to a service where he will come to your apiary in the spring and in the fall and do whatever testing that you want done. He came and took some samples here yesterday to do some mite testing, nosema testing. You can have AFB testing, EFB. You can have a myriad of different things tested for in your bees. I don't really have a lot of concerns with my bees, but I've never tested for nosema, so I'm just kind of curious about that. So I asked him to test for that too. But one of the things that they're also offering while they're here is they're offering to do a hygienic test on colonies that I think I might want to breed my queens from this season. And so I chose 4 colonies here in the apiary, and Derek went into each one of those colonies and performed the hygienic test. It's kind of a 2-part test that needs to be done over a 24-hour period, because basically what it does is they take a frame of brood and use a cylinder product, and they pour in liquid nitrogen into this cylinder. And this cylinder sits on top of, if you lay a frame flat, you find a nice patch of brood, you put this cylinder right on top of the brood. It's not very big, it's a couple inches, 2.5 inches diameter. And the liquid nitrogen freezes that brood and kills it. And what you want to test for this way is to see how fast those bees, and this is a kind of a genetic marker in bees, is how fast will those bees jump on that and pull those larvae out of there, a pupa actually, it's cap brood. So how fast will they pull a pupa out? And you're simulating the bees sensing there's something wrong with a pupa, whether it's mite loads or some other illness in under that cap. So some colonies will do it really fast, some not so fast. So I've got 4 colonies here that he did tests on, and what I need to do now, about 24 hours later, is I need to go in those colonies, pull the frames, and just snap some pictures for him that then he can count the cells that the bees have actually cleaned out. And I'll show you as I do that, and I think it's kind of interesting. I hope you find it interesting too. Again, this is it's kind of a windy day, so I apologize for wind noise in the microphone. I was going to do this barehanded, but I had to go for my hive tool, so I grabbed my gloves too. Old habits die hard. I got a big hole in my glove here, so they've always got some kind of an access. So he's marked this KRTP Hygienic 3, and we're going to have a look. Oh, they're quite active. So I can see right away his labels here on the frames that he tested. I'll pull this one out to start with. I don't ever like pulling frame right out of the middle. It's just queen can be anywhere, but she's a little more likely to be in the middle. I'll just take a quick look, see if she is on this frame, and she is. She's right here. Big blue dot on that queen. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull a different frame and put Her Majesty back in the box. I always have to do this one-handed. But I know there's no queen on that frame. Well, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be two queens, but sometimes there is. Okay, I'll move that over there. She's laying that up. She's looking for spots to lay drones. Okay, so she's safe now. And we can work over here, knowing that the queen is elsewhere. Okay. So I'll shake these off. So I think you can see that. And I have to stop the video and take a picture of that. So you see where he froze the brood here. So what he's going to do is count the percentage here of what they've pulled out in 24 hours. And from what I can see, I don't think they did very well. So I've put that one back in there now. And I'll stick this outside frame in. It's kind of a nasty old frame. So these colonies really need to be addressed. They are right full. She's laying right out here. And they're going to start to get ideas on me pretty soon if I neglect them any longer. But it's so cold right now. It's the wind is so cold. Pulling brood out of there at any for any length of time would no doubt freeze brood today. So we have warmer weather coming. This is Saturday. Monday is going to be warmer. Tuesday is going to be very warm. So I think Tuesday is my day. I have some stuff to do Monday, but Tuesday I think is going to be my day out here. I'm probably going to set up a builder and do some OTS queen rearing out here. Well, this one's a double. I don't have very many doubles right now. 3, I think. Yeah, they were just getting so big. And they needed more space. So they got more space. And this one is a really touchy hive. See, they're on me already. To make sure I have my smoker tuned up for this one. We were looking for queens the other day. Yesterday we were looking for queens so that we could do varroa sampling without endangering the queen. And a lot of my queens are marked, but not all. So, and there's no rhyme or reason. There's no way to tell if you're looking for a marked queen or not. We're looking in this one colony. I couldn't find the queen. I had Derek come here and I said, I'll hand him some frames. I said, you look at these frames too and see if you can find the queen. He couldn't find the queen. I hadn't pulled the very end frame out. And I remember I was holding a frame in my right hand, and I one-handedly, pulled that end frame out, and there was the queen sitting right down there in the corner, just about the worst place for a queen to be, safety-wise. So don't ever assume where that queen's going to be and where she's not going to be. This is a heavy feed frame. Wouldn't expect a queen here, but who knows? Crazy queens. So I put these seconds on. The second went on the bottom. I haven't seen down there yet. I don't know what they're doing, if anything. There's a little patch of brood there and some pollen. I'm not here to do a major inspection. The white one is the frame. This white one is the frame I want. Just like to get the bees out of the way so I don't mash them. It's so easy to mash bees. Okay. Just like to look, see if the queen is here. She's been laying in that frame. Very nice. Very, very nice. Holy smokes. Yeah, this hive is a bit hot. I'm surprised. They're productive. Okay, so shake these off as well. Oh yeah, they love that. And I'll show you best I can. Circles. And I can't see the screen, so I don't really know. So you can see the circle here, and the circle's over here. You can see where they've cleaned some brood out and where they haven't. Alright, got that picture. Oh, a smoker hit the floor. Okay. They're being a bit of a bother to manage. So populous, and it's kind of cold, so they like to be up top. I'm gonna take this one out way over here. There's not as many bees on that side. Oh, maybe not. There's lots of bees. Not my favorite day for working. It's very very sunny. You know, you can't feel kind of how cold it is here. It's only about maybe 7°C, maybe 10. It's hard to know. Wow, this hive is really ambitious. That's what I call a hive. It's hot when I don't want to call them hot. Okay, get a space here for the patty. I gave them that patty yesterday and they're chewing at it already. You can't even smoke with the wind, you know. Comes a point you just have to do it. The longer you wait, the more bees you're going to crush. All right, well, that's the second one. That's number one. All right, so here's another one. This is number 4. I'm not doing these in order, but just for the record, this is number 4. And these are typically strong hives. is why I want to breed off of them. I ran out of pollen patties. This definitely could use a patty. I'll get some on Monday. Going to the store. Okay, this is my frame here. It's really something that it's a second frame. So let's see what they have for me. Get this end one out. Hopefully we don't mash the queen. Lots of drones walking around. That's great. I want to do some queens pretty soon. Couple of little queen cups. And again, in my opinion, an empty queen cup means nothing. It's not practice, it's not preparations, it's not anything. It's absolutely nothing. Okay, I don't see a queen, so I'm going to shake this off. And then you can see that. Here's one circle and here's the other. Look at this. This is really cleaned out. And this one is mostly cleaned out too. Okay, we'll get that frame back in there. That was in this way. It's one of these one-piece plastic frames that's warped, and so they don't draw it out deep enough on the other side in order to have the queen lay in it. So that's one strike against the one-piece plastic frames, I'll tell you. Just trying to, over time, I'm trying to get rid of those things. I like wood. Wood's organic. You know, wood's a natural. I'm not against plastic. I mean, I have plastic foundation in my wooden frames because I like the performance of it. But I also like the idea of wood as well. So, okay, so that was number 4. I've got one more to find here. I'm trying to find them in the apiary yet, and I don't remember where we put them. Okay, and this is number 2. And that looks really weird. You see this? It has a 2 grade on it. And yet I told him to do hygienic testing on this one. And look at the colony, it's not even that big. I think we crossed messages here. This was a nuke that I placed into this hive, and I might have meant to tell him to do mite sampling on it, but he did hygienic testing. That's okay. Let's see how they're doing. So I don't see the queen right away, so I'll shake them off. And this is number 2. So I'll show you that. So you can see that they've actually cleaned out quite a bit. I don't know how this measures up in general. Okay, goes back in. So that's the 4 that I needed to check today. And I would love to do more work out here today. Some stuff I really want to do, but it's just too cold. I don't want to stress my bees that much, being so cold. You know, I'm going to explain that there's so many new beekeepers that don't get this, and I see on the forums, and they have such trouble because they're not centering their frames. They're not keeping their frames tight, and they're not centering. So when I put these frames in this box, I'm pushing them all to one end to make sure they're all tight together. Okay, I do that on both sides. Get it all nice and tight, like really push on it. And then I put it in the other side, and I bring that back so that the free space is divided between this end and this end. You know, get that whole set of frames centered in that hive as best you can, and that'll save you a lot of headaches in management. And we're just going to do those up. You know what? I'm going to put this patty in here. They don't have a patty. I'm going to put this brick. I drilled this hole in this coroplast. The bit kind of got out of whack on me, and it busted a big hole in that. So that's all we need to do here today. Well, thanks for joining me in the apiary today. Appreciate that, and hope you're enjoying the videos. The weather's going to warm up soon, and I'm going to get in here and get some stuff done. These bees are going to need space, and I'm going to raise some queens and do some splits, and so it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a busy week. Take care and have fun.